At least she's gonna be quiet for us, right?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Andy.
I'm Nancy.
Welcome back. Today's video is the last video you're gonna see before snowpocalypse. I don't know what they called it down here.
I don't know what it was, but it was cold, and what did we get? Like, ended up with 10 inches of snow or something like that total
and like,
overall.
I think 7 or 9 below was probably as cold as it got, which felt pretty good for February in Minnesota.
It was also a good reminder of why you prepare for everything when you're building your bus.
Definitely.
I don't know if it's because we're from Minnesota that we just figured we have to be able to go to Minnesota in the winter at some point in time, so we need to be prepared for that cold weather.
That was really my plan, is holiday traveling through Minnesota.
But we were remarkably prepared for how unprepared we were.
Yeah, we did all right. Either way, this is the last of the footage before snowpocalypse. Hope you enjoy. I mostly installed this diesel heater a few days ago. It rained. When it rains here, we're not going anywhere for like 2 or 3 days. The roads are just complete mud, and I didn't have any wood glue. This ducting is too fragile to just leave it underneath the bed. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna build the boxes that go around the duct so the duct doesn't get damaged when stuff gets stuffed underneath the bed. Glue these boards together. And normally I would use a brad nailer. I don't have a compressor. I do have a brad nailer here, but yeah, normally I'd glue them in brad nail to hold in place. I'll just use clamps. It's not as easy, but gets the job done. I was going to use screws, but I don't like how screws always split apart MDF, and that's what I have as scrap wood here, some old MDF. So, and then 1/4 inch on the top. I changed my mind. I own a pocket hole jig. I might as well use a pocket hole jig. Before I box in this vent, I need to drill a hole in the wall, so it looks like it's time for my favorite hole saw. Had to buy a hole saw for you sooner or later, Matt. That hole is for a duct going into our room. This duct will come forward into Connor's room. I don't even know what's where. That goes into our room. This will come forward into Connor's room. Then that'll go back towards the diesel heater. I have a box that covers this, ready to put it on now. This ducting is pretty fragile. It seemed best to cover it. box is just MDF front, 1/4 inch plywood top. Fit over the duct just like that. We'll drill a hole in the end here now for the duct to come out. And let's get this box finished. It goes over the top of the heater to protect the heater now. That allows me to get it as high as I can and as close to those screws as I can. Now I can flip it over and drill it from the other side so the tear out's on the inside. And I have a pilot hole. I probably should have done that outside. Probably measure this. Make it so it's, that's nice and flat on the end. I can probably just do that and make it so it's here. I'm just going to do that. Never mind. I'm going to make a whole end on here.
Okay.
And then I'll cut out around this. Instead of trying to make it fit on top of this like I originally would do, and then you couldn't take... I guess it doesn't really matter. This is the one that's going to have to come on and off. To service, to clean, to inspect, all that kind of stuff. Give myself a little wiggle room. Not enough to too much. Now this is very fragile. Mainly don't pick it up by the little one. The little one doesn't have enough gravity if you pick it up by the big board. The gravity will fight the big board if you pick it up by the little one. Put those on the wrong side. This board should be flipped around so that you can't see those. You're going to see those now.
Yeah.
I don't care. They're underneath.
You knew that.
No, I didn't. They're completely underneath the bed. I don't really care. I'm going to leave it because I've already glued it, even though the glue isn't dry yet. It's amazing how quickly glue becomes almost dry. I like to have the seam underneath your bed. That puts the end of the bed right here. You know where my square is?
No.
That was square enough. Shaped board there. my book, my book. Shit, my book. I care about that. I care about all of this stuff. As preventable as the lacquer spill was, especially looking back at the footage and seeing how close to the edge I put it, and every time I put some on, it got closer and closer to the edge. When it did fall off, it covered my sander with lacquer, which is, I don't know, it's probably a $100 sander. It covered, I think it was a leaf blower. None of that I really even cared about as much as I cared about my 99-cent notebook. I've been keeping my ideas in that notebook for over 3 years, and I got a lot of stuff in there I didn't want to lose. A lot of projects that I've done and a lot of projects that I've never done that maybe someday I still will want to do. So, well, Nancy took apart and cleaned the sander, and Connor, I think, helped clean up some of that other stuff. I just went right to the notebook, and page by page, taking paper towels, I cleaned off the pages. The notebook is, I'll be able to go back through and look at it. I'm not going to be able to use it anymore. The last like 15 or 20 pages are just stuck together, solid mess, but those were the blank pages in it. That's all I had left in it. Every page that had stuff on it, I was able to save. I was able to make it so that it will, yeah, it's still going to be good for, what should I call it? For looking back on.
Memories?
Memories, yeah. But it's time for a new idea book. Yeah. Yes. You can never have too many clamps. That should work. Now that I got the cover for the diesel heater done and the ducting done for the exhaust, and I guess I got most of the intake ducting done, what I got left is a filter box to make. The smallest filter I could find was 10 by 20 by 1. This is going to go behind a grate in the hallway wall, so it'll pull the air from inside the hallway. I'm going to build the box to go there now, and then it'll pull through the duct that I just made along here into the box with the diesel heater in it. And then there's ducting going into our room there, and ducting coming out into this room here. Yeah, next time you see me, I'll be back in this room and installing these last pieces.